Hey, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. I went ahead and pulled the spread, so let's just go ahead and get started. When I look at the first card out, it was the King of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is somebody who can be very ego driven, okay? This is somebody who has like a lack of self-confidence, somebody who is not disciplined, okay? And what I'm getting out of this, we have the Nine of Swords. We also have the Lovers, okay? Three people, one, two, three. We have the Three of Cups, one, two, three people. We have the Three of Pentacles, one, two, three people. Okay. And we have the Moon. All right. Now, the reason why I bring that up is we do have the two luminaries. We have the sun and the moon. So anything that has been hidden is going to come to light. All right. Be mindful of somebody reaching out to you with like this little page offer that is not acting in their king energy. They're demoting themselves. Okay. So for some of you, this could be like a cheating scenario because there's three people here. And then we also have the high priestess. The high priestess next to the Three of Cups is cheating. You know, the high priestess can be known as the mistress. Okay. So for some of you, you could have definitely been in a third party situation. If it's not like a cheating scenario, it could be a family scenario. There's a third party getting involved. This could also be at work where there's a third party that is, doing things to fuck with you behind the scenes. Okay. Because with the Nine of Swords here, this is about a lot of worry, strife, doubt, sadness, not making any decisions because the Lovers in the reverse is like, you know, it's it's like not making a decision, but also the Lovers in the reverse can be, again, third party situations. I feel like somebody here is when, you know what, we do have this full moon eclipse in Pisces coming up, and Pisces does rule third party relationships, it rules clandestine affairs. So be mindful about who's reaching out to you around this time because there could be some type of like a hidden motive. Maybe for some of you, you got tired of waiting around on this person to come back or something like that or whatever. And it's like, is it even worth putting any time or energy and effort? And I think that, for some of you, you realize, no, it's not. It didn't bring you the happy family, happy home life. In fact, it was like all your cups were spilled out. I feel like, the crossing card being the sun, I think it's like more of a challenge. The challenge is to see it for what it is because the sun illuminates things, whereas the moon hides things. Having the high priestess with the moon, with the Three of Cups, right across from the Lovers in the reverse, some of you guys are going to find out that you've been being cheated on. And like I said, or you're going to find out that somebody was, working against you. And I feel like your intuition, you already know, like you're having dreams about it with the high priestess and the moon and the Nine of Swords. It's like maybe you're getting woke up out of these dreams and you're just like, whoa, what the fuck was that? And it's like your dreams are trying to give you this message, but a lot of the time you don't want to listen. You're not motivated to make a decision. So for like those of you who are in third party relationships, right? You possibly already even know or have an idea that you're being cheated on, but you have a lack of motivation. You have a lack of motivation because you don't want to make a decision because a lot of you don't want to be alone. That's really what this boils down to is a lot of the times you guys just don't want to be alone. So you'll stay in a relationship and the challenge is to get your ass out there and make yourself happy. Yeah, this is definitely a time where you need to listen to your intuition. You need to pay attention to your dreams because Pisces does rule the dream space. With the high priestess and the moon here, we definitely got this Piscean energy that's going on right now. We have the sun in Virgo. which is the opposite. So there's this opposition. Do I do what's real, what's realistic, or do I just continue in this illusion? Neptune is like the dissolver of boundaries. It's the magic carpet ride that really never takes you anywhere because that's a fucking fantasy. So that's what I'm getting. It's like this lack of motivation to make any decisions. So I think it's going to become so clear that even then it's almost like you're sitting on your hands and not really making a decision. For some of you, you're losing money because of it. Like your money is dwindling because of it. Like, well, Venus is both sides of the same coin, love and money. When you're in a relationship that you're not supposed to be in, your money is going to go to shit. Yeah, that's really what I'm getting here. It's like it's kind of unfortunate. The letters B or J could be of importance. We have the lovers, the sun, the high priestess, and the moon. So four major arcanas. The lovers is like, again, no motivation to make a choice. And I'm seeing this snake here behind her. So be careful of the snakes that you have in your life. It's like you're not even looking. For some of you, you do need to be mindful of snakes. There could be like maybe your dog finds a snake, something like that. Yeah, I'm just definitely getting like somebody wanting to kind of suffer in this situation. For some of you, somebody's going to reach out and be like, hey, can we get coffee? But they're still in a third party situation. They haven't like fully broken up with or gotten rid of that third party. So be careful of that as well. Some of you are definitely looking at your finances and you're like, oh shit, man. You're waiting for a lucky break. There's something here, when it comes to your family, and maybe that's what it is. A lot of you will not get a divorce because oh, well, I got to stay because of the kids, or, oh, it's cheaper to keep her, or, oh, it's, cheaper to keep him. No, it's fucking not, because energetically it's draining you. Your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your physical health are all going to go to shit and give you more reasons to be depressed, give you more reasons to, well, I can't leave now. I need somebody to take care of me. Like it's going to end up costing you more in the long run for sticking around. Well, it's all not only going to cost you more in the long run physically, but okay. So, children who are usually in those types of situations where the mom and the dad stay together and they're just fucking like there's no love in the household, there's a lot of tension, fighting, or, quietness, somebody's being really quiet. They feel that. And later on in life, they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to fucking hold you accountable because they're like, you're a fucking coward. How many of you have stayed in a relationship because of the children? You're a fucking coward. Because at the end of the day, if you raised your kids right, they would want you happy, even if that means that you're not with the mother or the father of your children. They want to see you happy if you raised them correctly. But if you're like, well, I'm staying here, for you, you think that they don't feel that, even if like you try to pretend, that's not doing anybody any favors because they're not stupid. They're very intuitive. And especially when I see the high priestess and the moon and right next to the child, like you don't stick around for the kids. How would your kids like to know that you use them as an excuse as to why you couldn't be happy in your life? That's a big burden to put on a child. And then when they're adult children, you're going to reap what you sow. So for a lot of you who are in this type of a situation where you know you're not in love with your partner, or you know that maybe you're in love with them, but your partner is not in love with you. They show you every single day how unimportant you are. They don't value anything you say. They mock you, or they just don't talk to you. They're passive aggressive. For some of you, they could be having an emotional affair, although, even a physical affair. Now, this reading isn't going to be for everyone. If you've got a happy, healthy, loving bond, this reading is not for you. This reading is for people who have kids. And the reason why I say that is because we got the Page of Pentacles, a child. We have the baby here. And we have the children in the background here. But again, reversed. For some of you, you only stay because of the physical connection. Because normally these two are naked. And for others of you, you don't even have the physical connection. And that's why they're seeking outside of the relationship. Ooh, this is juicy. This is like a fucking soap opera. Are you living a soap opera life where there's a bunch of drama? That's lame, because the King of Wands is somebody who wants to fight for the sake of fighting. And usually they'll accuse you of stuff, but it's stuff that they're doing. Anytime somebody accuses you of doing something, 9 times out of 10, it's because they're doing it. Which is in turn going to break up this family. It's not a happy family. If you look at the card straight up, right? They're not in the grass up by the house. They're standing in the fucking dirt. It's the illusion of happiness. And look, all the cups are now turned upside down. 10 of Cups. Usually the 10 of Cups in the upright is like happy home life, happy family. Um, you know, but in the reverse, it's the illusion. Some of you, and because we have the moon and the high priestess, it's like you're trying to spin this illusion. Oh, I love like the ones who post on Facebook, that yet you know them personally, and they'll post how much they love their partner and look how beautiful of a family I have. And then, but you're like, I know you. You guys just got in a fucking fight last night and you were leaving, or you were kicking this person out. Like, and now all of a sudden, you love them and they're the best thing that ever happened to you. Like, we're not buying it. I see it all the time. Like, I do readings for people, and, they follow me on social media. So their stuff will like come up in my newsfeed and shit. And I'm like, I just fucking did a reading on this situation. And I know the opposite of that. But again, that's what all these social media platforms is the illusion, you know? It's smoke and mirrors. I remember walking down Elite Drive, and I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again for those of you who are new here. I was walking down Elite Drive. I live on Big Island, and we were talking about social media, and a friend of mine, and as we were walking down the road, and then all of a sudden, like, it was so funny. Like, this couple, they were a young couple, probably in their early 20s, and they were fighting, like walking down the road fighting. And so in order for him to stop the fighting, he pulls out his camera and was like, here. And he like put the camera in front of her face. And she was just like, posing for it and everything. And then as soon as he put the camera down, she went right back to her mean mugging, and they went back to bickering. And I was telling my girlfriend at the time, I said, hey, I'm like, see that? They're going to post that on fucking Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And literally, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, she's so lucky and he's so lucky. And they're just like, it's the perfect couple, when really they didn't see what happened right before that picture was taken. And it was like, it couldn't have panned out better, having that conversation and then that happening simultaneously right in front of me. And I was like, that is how this whole social media platform works. So you're not really getting the truth. So never be jealous of another fucking person's life that you see on social media, because you have no clue what happened when they put that camera down. So I think for a lot of you, what you need to do with the 7 of Pentacles is you really need to look and ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this worth me investing any more into? And for a lot of you, you already know the answer. You're just afraid of making the decision. Oh, but I'll have to do the work. You're fucking damn right you're going to have to do the work. Means you got to get a job. You got to fucking be self-sustaining. See, what happens is people become so codependent on their partner where they end up losing sight of themselves, and now they have nothing to fucking fall back on, and they flounder when their partner finally leaves them because they decided, you know what, I want to be happy and I'm not happy with you. And then it's this blame game, and then you're trying to rape them for all that they've got. Well, you didn't want to be in the relationship in the first place. So why are you think now you're entitled when you should have walked away a long time ago and started setting yourself up for success so that you weren't codependent on this individual for your finances, for a roof over your head, so that if this person did leave, then you were going to be, you would be okay. You just find a new place, or you'd be able to, you wouldn't even skip a fucking beat. And trust me, I was guilty of that in my younger years. And then when I would go through a breakup, I would flounder because I didn't have the resources, because I was in, fuck, I was also like 15 years old when I got together with my ex-husband and stuff. So, I mean, that's all I knew. But now as I'm older, of course I look back and I'm like, that was dumb, but at the same time, I also wanted to be a stay-at-home housewife and mother, and that was acceptable back then. And then when I decided to leave, that's when I was like, oh shit. And a lot of me was like, well, he makes money, or the kids, and I was 24 years old when I walked away. 24 years old with 3 babies in car seats. And it was like, sink or swim. And so I don't want to hear any of you, especially the older generations. I was 24 years old and I decided to choose my own fucking happiness, instead of being in this situation where I knew that all the love was lost. We were not this happy fucking family. And thank God back then we didn't have social media. And I knew I was being cheated on. I had dreams about it. I knew it. And then it came to me. Boom, there it was. All my friends were like, hey, by the way. And I'm like, and these were all my friends. So I didn't just lose, a family, like the family unit. I lost a shit ton of friends in the process. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary to go off on your own. But the challenge is to, like, I want happiness. Yeah, it's going to be a little freaking scary to begin with, but the ultimate is like, this is a pip card. This means like, this is all up in your head. This is a major arcana. This is what you want to tune into. This is where your major life lesson is. And this is the challenge, is to find your own fucking happiness. Get optimistic, get excited. Have that childlike wonder, so that you can have celebrations, so that you're not stuck in. How old are we? And we're still doing this? Whoever this resonates with, what the fuck are you doing? It makes absolutely no sense to me. The only sense it makes to me is that you're lazy, and I'm going to call it, you're a coward. What are you teaching your children to stay in a relationship, even though it makes them unhappy? Like, if it was up to my mom, you know what my mom told me? You shut your mouth and you deal with it. He makes money. If I would have listened to her, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here right now. So, this is like fact, cold, hard facts. Like, no longer with the magic carpet ride. This is Virgo. Virgo's the reality. And a lot of you are not going to like the reality because, Virgo is also, you can over worry yourself. Over analysis paralysis, because Mercury in Virgo is over analysis paralysis. Oh my God. You worry about worrying. Just take the next step. Take the next step towards your own happiness, towards your own success. And I'll tell you right now, you're going to end up celebrating because you didn't stay stuck in it and you were willing. That's what moon cycles are all about. Cycles. And this is a Pisces lunar eclipse that we are coming up on. So this is about ending relationships. Who deserves to be in your life? Who does not? Who have you put enough time, energy, and effort? It's time for you to dump that. Start growing new seeds. Start hanging out with new people, new groups, new associations, ones that lift you up, not ones that drag you down. What is Pisces? The past. Listen, we're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. We are literally going into a new fucking world. And some people, places, and things cannot move forward with you into this new world. It's like the universe is trying to plant seeds with you and be like, hey, did you see this over here? And it's usually the people who see others in like really actually good relationships that they're like, oh, you guys are disgusting. Oh, all they do is like dote on each other. It's because you're fucking jealous because you don't have that. And you would love to have that, but you don't have that. And the reason why you don't have that is because of your indecision. You choose to stay in this, again, illusion, this fantasy. We're on Earth, guys, where reality is a big fucking part of it. And you got to look at the reality. Like, you didn't come here to feel bad about yourself. Wow, that was a harsh lesson. So, like I said, this is only going to be for hopefully a small few of you. It's not going to be for everyone. Maybe you need to share this with a friend. It might even not be you. It might be somebody that you're actually seeing going through this experience, and share this video with them. Or is it misery loves company and you like to see that somebody else is miserable as fuck and they're worse off than you are and it makes you feel good about yourself? Because we do have people on the earth like that. And that's pretty fucking disturbing. The amount of people that are like that. So secrets are getting revealed. They're coming out. And I think around this full moon eclipse in Pisces, which we're only days away from it. It's on Sunday. So if you guys get a chance, join me at the Mystic Circle Eclipse support group. It'll be at 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. It's a $55 drop in, and it is so informative. I go over, where this is going to land in your chart, what to look out for, and just kind of help you guys, maintain your emotion, because emotion is going to be a big, big part of this. And there is going to be a letting go. It is a scythe. It's the end. So it's the end of these relationships. Whether you make the decision and you walk away, or you get your ego fucking bruised as shit because that other person decides, you know what? I'm going to plant my seed elsewhere. And they probably already been planting their seed elsewhere. And now you're going to be so wrapped up in, oh my God, that you're going to feel insecure, and it's going to create more fucking trauma that you have to, work through. So why make yourself late? Make the decision so the universe doesn't make the decision for you. Because when the universe makes the decision, it's not nice. It just pulls the rug right out from underneath you. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave that there. I love you guys all so much. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. Again, share this with a friend or loved one that needs to hear this message, okay? Because this is what the full moon is bringing, whether you like it or not. Here it comes. Anyway, if you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. Take care.